What's up? Damn, this feels good to just start recording. For the past few months, I have, maybe even a couple years, I have like consistently had leftover drugs in my closet. A little bit of Molly, a couple like Ecstasy pill or whatever, maybe a little bit of mushrooms. I've had acid for the past like few years because I've just never found the right time to take it. Little did I know that the right moment to do all of them would come within the same 2 days, and that one of those days I would go to my dad's house and go swimming for like 6 hours straight. Never did I think I would ever want to take drugs in that type of situation. And damn sure I never did I think that it would end up being one of the best experiences I've had. To start from the beginning, I had like a 3-day block of days off. So I had 3 days off. And the night before my first day off, my wife and I decided to get hella drunk. I was feeling ballsy, which probably explains this whole experience. And I told her, if you want to get a bottle of tequila, we can do that. I think I was trying to get laid, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds like me. I don't drink tequila or liquor. Like, I have learned to not do that because I tend to mess up. And you guys have seen in the past, liquor really fucks me up. If you watch my vlogs, if you know who I am. Yeah. So I was feeling ballsy and I said, let's do it. We got a not too big a bottle of tequila. I forget what kind. We proceeded to drink it in shots. I think that she had just gotten a new job, or she was about to, or something like that. So it was also a low-key celebration. What's up, baby?
The Tinker Bell in the movie.
Oh my goodness, she is? As you can see, I'm a little busy, and that's why waiting for the right time to do those type of things can take so long for me. But I'm good with it. It just makes those moments that much better, obviously. So we went all out, killed the entire bottle, and I ended up still having, I think, another 6-pack of IPAs. At the end of the tequila bottle, as we were drinking beer, I got the idea in my head, and I do remember this, that it would be a good time to split a Molly and put them in our beers. For those who have rolled and drunk heavily at the same time, you know that shit fucks up your memory, kind of like how Xanax does when you drink. Can't tell you how many nights I just literally do not remember because I took a Xanax and I got drunk. Like, literally blacked out. Like, that shit, I don't know, maybe it's just me, whatever, but that shit affects my memory like crazy. Ecstasy would do the same thing, not as strong, because normally when I would roll, I wouldn't drink that much. I drank a lot this night, and it was like a blur the rest of the night. I think there were a couple things that happened that weren't the best, that were actually not good at all, and I know there was. But there were also moments that I remember like, wow, I forgot how this was, and it was amazing. Like, literally to a point, I specifically remember giving light shows to my wife, light shows for myself, like sitting with her, just rolling balls. But it would have been great if we could have remembered that. That night really isn't something that I would say is part of the good experience necessarily, because I really honestly don't remember almost any of it. I remember playing Fortnite really, really late until almost the sun came up because she had already passed out. And I remember like being like, damn, I need to go to bed. And that was really it. The next morning I woke up and I was still feeling really, really good. Feeling really ballsy. Like, I didn't give a fuck. To the point where I continued to drink. I think I slept for like maybe 4 or 5 hours. If not even that, probably not even that. And I kept drinking. I'm like, fuck it, I have days off. We're gonna, go to my dad's house and go swimming later. I'm just gonna have a few drinks, whatever. Almost 100% sure that Monica didn't drink. Oh yeah, not only did we take that Molly, but we also split an ecstasy pill that night. So we split a Molly in our beers, and we split ecstasy pill that night. So we were rolling balls. Like, that shit took us to the next level. So yeah, I don't know how I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so we took half a Molly each and half an ecstasy pill each, and these are strong ass ecstasy pills that I had too. So, anyways, the next morning, I kept drinking. I was like, I'm gonna chill, whatever. I was feeling ballsy, like I said, whatever. Is the fucking color like shifting? It's so annoying. I hope it doesn't. Anyways, I kept drinking, and I'm pretty sure in one of those beers there was Molly in it. Like, either Monica didn't finish hers, which I'm assuming is what happened, or somehow I didn't finish mine, because there were like 3 leftover beers in my room that I drank. And yeah, I know how it feels when you continue to drink and then you start to feel really, really good. Like, after drinking all night, you drink a couple beers, you feel good. I know what that's like. But this shit lasted throughout the day. I guess I also ended up taking LSD too. So I don't know. I feel like I took, like, one of those beers had some Molly in it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just felt like it. But if not, I was still rolling from the night before. So as I'm drinking, I'm starting to feel really, really good. We're like listening to music. We had plans already to go to my dad's house. He has a new pool, a new nice backyard and shit like that. Why is it changing like that? Oh my God. I don't know if that's going to help, but that's so annoying. I'm sorry. So we had plans already to go to my dad's house, hang out, go swimming, blah, blah, blah. I was excited to go at this point. I was like, let's go, man. I'm gonna get like a couple beers on the way, chill in the pool, come back and just fucking sleep for a day and a half. And before we left, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take some acid. And I was kind of joking, and I started thinking about it, like, why the fuck not? Like, why not? Like, it's not like like I'm I don't know how I got into this mindset of just being so ballsy and not giving a fuck, but I did. It's kind of like damn fucking like scary now that we even were able to get to this point, so recent in our lives, or that I was actually. It was like that same like 19-year-old kid you guys seen in the old Journey videos and shit just coming back. And anyways, I didn't want to obviously fry balls. I didn't want to like trip the fuck out at my dad's house with my family. So I decided to just take half of it. It was, I would say, probably around like 30 to maybe at the most 50 micrograms at the very, very, very most. Probably not even that. I'd say probably around 30, 40 or something like that. Just based off how I felt. Before I left, I ended up taking it. Obviously, I didn't drive. Monica was good enough to drive. We left around like 2 o'clock or something like that. I mean, good enough to drive in a sense that she hadn't drinking since the night before. She felt sick, but she was okay. So she drove, and I just remember on the way just starting to feel like that old openness I used to feel, that old like just acceptance of my surroundings, that mild LSD come up feeling. And I remember the window was down. I just had my feet up. I had sandals on, totally dressed the most comfortable I could possibly dress. And it just felt so open and freeing. And I don't even know how to explain it. Like the window open, hitting my face. It was just that initial LSD feeling that you get. When we eventually got to my dad's house, I honestly didn't even think about the fact that I was on acid at all. Like, it kind of left my thought process. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was, I had a few beers as I was there, probably still rolling a little bit from the night before. Definitely, actually, I'd say. And I was just very talkative, something that I'm not normally. I held conversations I wouldn't normally hold. I was more caring, just more thoughtful and articulate even. Like, I was able to like just enjoy being around people like my family and shit. And not to say that I don't enjoy it, because I do, but I also feel pretty uneasy sometimes, and like I don't like. I just want to go home because I don't. You just, sometimes I feel like that because I just am like that. I'm always been very introverted and stuff like that. But even my wife was saying like it felt like you just seemed like you were being normal, like you really were just happy to be where you were, and that's exactly what it was. I got in the pool right when we got there, and didn't get out of the pool until later that night, like around 9 or 10, when we left, and it was some of the most enjoyable moments ever. Like playing with my daughters in the pool, just swimming around, throwing them around. They ended up making shrimp cocktails. So I literally stood in the pool and they had this little chair where you could eat. And I was just chilling, eating shrimp cocktails, had a couple beers. I didn't even drink that much, but just enough to kind of keep me going. Keep in mind too, my dad has a really, really nice house. Like we didn't grow up this way, but he has gotten to a point now where him and my stepmom are able to, afford a really, really nice backyard, like a very nice backyard, like something you would see low key on TV. Like they have a waterfall with a pond and fish and a swimming pool and a jacuzzi and all these plants and all this nice stuff. It was really, really beautiful just to hang out during the day even. But when the sun went down and they started turning all the lights on throughout the backyard, I felt like I was at goddamn Coachella and shit. Like I was like, wow, this is beautiful. The lights are gorgeous. I wasn't being awkward. I know it might sound like I was based on my story right now, but I really wasn't. I was being totally normal. Like in my head, I was kind of like, oh shit. That was an amazing night. Like I said, I was able to hold conversations like I never have before and just like really be open with certain things. I would say it was probably more of a microdose. I didn't really, see any visuals. It wasn't like a crazy trip, but I definitely did have effects. And especially when the lights turned off or when the sun went down and the lights turned on, I could tell, I was definitely at a different level than I normally am. And it was a great, great night. It led up to one of the worst come downs I've ever had in my entire life. Absolutely. Which you guys can see in my recent video, how to get past a bad come down. But it was definitely worth it, I would say. At least that, that day with my family hanging out by the pool. What I learned from this experience, honestly, was one, I need to fucking take it easy when it comes to drinking and taking ecstasy. Like that can lead to very, very, very bad things. And especially when Monica's not like an experienced ecstasy user or taker. I don't want to say user, Jesus. And I guess neither am I anymore. So, drinking and taking hella ecstasy is probably not the smartest idea. I remember we played with the dogs for a while too in the backyard. Probably like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I need to definitely take it easy when it comes to that. Just drinking in general. I shouldn't be drinking like that in the first place. Which I haven't since at all. I think I had one night where I was really drunk, but it wasn't nearly like that. And also that there's something wrong with me in a sense that I shouldn't be like that around my family. I should be talkative and happy to be there all the time. I think what it is just that I have personal things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, and that, builds up in my head. And then when it comes to times where I should be relaxing and enjoying myself, I tend to, it's just hard for me to snap out of that negative mind state sometimes. And it's definitely nice to do it and to know that I can do it still. It's kind of makes me think, because it took LSD for me to get out of it. And maybe that's something I could, look into on top of, actually talking about it. So yeah, I think this has been way too long already, but so yeah, I guess that's it. It's been a while since I did a fucking trip story, especially something that happened recently. For those who are at the end of this video, you guys are probably legitimate viewers and subscribers, and I appreciate you guys. Keep in mind that I have had live streaming disabled on my account because I got a strike on a video I did called DMT for the first time. I've appealed it. I already tweeted to Team YouTube, And apparently I will get an email once I know if it's been approved or denied. But as of right now, I cannot live stream until November 16th or something like that, which fucking sucks. I'm hoping it gets reversed. So just keep that in mind. I appreciate you guys. Audible484.com. Smoke something, drink something. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah. Peace out.